So the as you know, Blizzard had stated that they are going to ban any player that is caught cheating in Overwatch, and I don't believe they have. I believe they have a zero tolerance policy. Like if you're caught, you're done. You are banned for life. Um, and apparently, there's this company based out in Germany called Bosland GmbH, and they have created a cheat tool called the Watch Over Tyrant. And what this actually does is it does certain things, like it will give you full access to the radar. You'll be able to see everyone's health, everyone's ammo, and give you a gigantic advantage over people. And apparently it's a subscription that you pay for. It's something like $13 a month to use it. Yeah, you don't just buy it and you're done. You've got it. You actually pay a subscription for it, which is kind of odd. And Blizzard is, of course, taking them to court over it. They have stated, let me see if I can find it in here. They said that the Watch Over Tyrant cheat has caused irreparable damage, and that the game is based on being enjoyable and fair for players of all skill levels, and Blizzard expends an enormous amount of time and money to ensure that this is the case. So they're basically making the argument, look, the game that we want to have for everyone is to be a fair, skill-based game. We have spent a lot of time balancing the game with all the different characters that you can be. And actually, while I was doing some research, apparently there are certain if you're playing as a certain character, you're strong against other characters but weak to other characters. So it's kind of like a Pokemon rock paper scissors setup in that regard. So they have definitely taken their time with the balancing system on this, and they're basically saying, hey, you're not making the game fair. If you don't make the game fair, people won't want to play it and will lose out on revenue. So what did you think of that?
I agree full-heartedly with Blizzard. Um, I've never met anyone who plays the game who plays it so competitively that they need to cheat in order to feel like they're better than everyone else. And also, where it says being enjoyable and fair for players of all skill levels, there's a level system in the game, and I think the level cap is like 105 or something. That means absolutely nothing. Like the levels, the only thing you get when you level up is a loot chest, and there's like 4 items you can get in a loot chest, and you might get there's like a common, uncommon, rare, legendary, these things that you can get. And that's cool and all, but I've actually seen people like brag about their levels, just like, oh yeah, well I'm like a level 81, so back off, punk. And it's like that means absolutely nothing. Like I've had the game for I think a week or two after it came out, and I think it's been at least a month, or at least 3.5 weeks. And I've been playing it almost every day, or at least trying to, just because I love the game. It really is fair for everyone. Like, there's not one character that's more. Okay, there's some characters that need to be nerfed a little bit, but that's just because people use them in a way. Like, if you have an entire team of Torbjorn using their turrets aimed at the spawn point, like, that's not okay, and you're probably
No.
going to lose
Yeah.
because that's a very hard thing to get out of, especially if they're all level 2. But there are definitely characters who are better than others, and characters that are weak to other characters. So there really is like an even system between everything in the game, and you're clearly going to be better than other people, but that's because you made yourself better. You played the game over and over. You found people that you're good with, and you found the pattern for people who, like, these characters are best against these characters, but they're weak against these characters, so I'll only hunt these characters down, and I'll let the rest of my team handle those. So to have a cheat like this, and especially to have and the ability to see everyone on the opposite team, their health, their ammo, like everything. Like I don't know if you play the game, that breaks the game entirely because knowing how much ammo someone has, everyone doesn't have a huge clip, but there's like everyone has unlimited ammunition, but the clips are kind of small
Mm-hmm.
because of that reason. And reloading takes, I want to say, 2 or 3 seconds. So that's 2 or 3 seconds that they can't do anything against you if they don't have any abilities to use or if they don't have their ult. So that's just vulnerability waiting to be just taken. And if you do that normally, you feel awesome because you're like, yay, I killed them while they were reloading.
Mm-hmm.
They had no chance against me. And you feel like you can kill anything. But what's the point if you know everything and you just go after people like that? Like, I don't see how people can have fun playing it like that.
Yeah. It, to me, it honestly takes all the fun out of it. Like, cheats and exploits are something that should stay in the domain of a single player experience when you just want to mess with the game, you want to just have fun, especially since if you've already beaten it legitimately and now you want to see what else you can do in the game, like unlocking, odd things, that's fine. But if you're using it in a competitive setting, and the funny thing with Overwatch is they're coming out with the competitive mode. I don't know if it's gone live yet. I think it has.
Yeah.
So to me I was like, well, isn't it already competitive, or is this just like a new mode? Like, what's the difference?
I've only played it once. Um, and I can't really remember because no. It's really weird how
Are
they
you not
did it.
broken up into teams? Or
You are.
you still
Yeah.
are? Okay.
I only played on one map, and I don't know if it's with all the game styles, but the game style that I played, it was you get to a car or something, and you pretty much take it to the drop point, and you win the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's played normally. In competitive mode, it's okay, one team goes first. That team takes it as far as they can go before time runs out. When time runs out, they don't lose, but they don't win, and so they swap. So then Team 2 has to make it farther than Team 1 did.
Okay.
So it's not really competitive, it's just who can get it farther. And if you do get it farther, you don't win, you go into a round 3. And you pretty much go until someone can't make it past the other person or until someone makes it to the end of the map.
No.
So when I heard that competitive was coming out, I was getting excited because I was like, that's awesome. Like, just killing people, like that's pretty much what everyone does. And then they're like, oh wait, there's an actual point in this match. We have to go take over that point. And then at that point, it just becomes just a slaughterhouse. Like everyone's, especially in certain maps. Like certain maps, it's like the checkpoint is in the middle of the map, so it's literally a kill box, and everyone's just going at each other. The best part is when people just like fly. Like sometimes their bodies will just ragdoll super hard, and they'll just get launched. Especially with the tanks when they just like fly in the air and like fall into pits. It's really funny. But with the competitive, I don't know if they've done that with everything. That's what I've experienced, and I really hope they change it. Just because that's not really competitive in the sense that I think a lot of people were hoping competitive was gonna be.
Right.
I think a lot of people were just wanting to like, let's just do a death match, like team death match, and whichever team has the most kills wins, or kills cost a certain amount of points, and you want to get like this amount of points, and then your team wins. Like that's what everyone assumes competitive is. Not, hey, how far can you drag that cart?
I bet you I can get it farther than you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean in that regard, you really are just ruining the experience, not just for other people, but mostly for yourself. You're not going to get better using a tool. All you're going to do is you're just going to handicap yourself.
Yeah, it's easy mode.
Exactly. So
Noob.
I'm all for Blizzard going after other developers that are exploiting their game. They have every right to do that, and it's going to be a better game in the long run for it.